Lycra is destroying cycling. It's like a game of cyclist cliche bingo, a pricey road bike, a Strava subscription, and an interest in specialty flat whites. Add top-to-toe Lycra and you've basically got a full card. The middle-aged man in Lycra stereotype was invented in 2010, and fairly or unfairly, the pejorative term has hung around ever since. But what exactly is Lycra, and do you really need to wear it if you're planning to get out on two wheels? Lycra was invented in 1958 by chemist Joseph Shivers in Waynesboro, Virginia, USA. Originally marketed as a fabric for women's lingerie, it gradually proved itself to be the ideal material for athletic wear. Its hallmarks are its elasticity, breathability, and strength. For this reason, it is used in a diverse range of cycling products, including bike shorts, jerseys, and skull caps. But what about spandex? Are Lycra and spandex the same? Although consumers often mix up Lycra and spandex, they're actually the same thing. You can thank marketing for the confusion. Spandex is an American term, a simple anagram of the word expands, whereas Lycra is a brand found throughout the UK, Australia, and Ireland. In continental Europe, the material goes by variants of the name elastane. But the all-important question is, why do cyclists wear Lycra? If you want to know why the material is so ubiquitous in sportswear, look to France. The French ski team pioneered its use at the 1968 Winter Olympics in Grenoble, when they wore Lycra ski suits to compete. Thanks to its lightweight nature, it was quickly adopted by cycle brands who used it to construct mid-length shorts. Now Lycra can be found readily throughout the bike world. It is favoured because it is both form-fitting and breathable. It allows for airflow and wicks away sweat from the body. This means you don't arrive at your destination with unsightly sweat patches under the armpits. Lycra is also incredibly elastic and permits a very wide range of movement. It's perfect for cycling at a high cadence or on tough downhill slopes. Now, you may be thinking, Lycra is awfully tight, so why do cyclists wear tight clothes? The motivation behind wearing tight clothes is twofold: streamlining and safety. The main thing that slows cyclists down is drag. If the wind catches in your clothes, it acts like a kite or sail, creating air friction and decelerating you dramatically. The reason that cyclists wear Lycra is essentially the same reason they cycle in a peloton. The cyclist ahead of them reduces the amount of air catching on their bodies like a human windbreaker. On a safety level, tight clothing is very important. If you wear anything too baggy, it can easily become caught in the spokes of your wheel, jamming your bike and potentially sending you crashing into the tarmac. So, there are some obvious pros to Lycra, but let's get into the pros and cons a little more. Lycra is somewhat controversial in the cycling world. Its supporters praise its elasticity and durability. It can withstand hundreds of rides and hundreds of washes as well as a range of weather conditions. It's also a boon for bike brands. It takes alkaline and acid treatments with ease, meaning it can be customized and printed as much as you like. Critics, on the other hand, feel that the full Lycra look makes cycling into an exclusive sport, the reserve of those who can access all the right kit and gear. With its often garish colours, it's also off-putting for the image-conscious, and fits rarely take into account the needs of all riders, including cyclists with physical disabilities. Then there's the issue of sustainability. The production of synthetic fibres consumes 1.35% of the world's oil resources, which is more than the oil consumption of Spain as a whole. It's also rarely recycled. Once worn out, it ends up in landfill. Couple this with the fact that the toxic dyes used in its production also leak into precious marine habitats, and you can see why it proves so problematic. So, do you need to wear Lycra when cycling? It depends. If you're thinking of tackling steep summits or fundraising in a charity ride like the London to Brighton, then a Lycra bib and jersey is probably a good shout. They'll keep you cool and allow you a far wider breadth of motion than is possible in natural fibres like wool or cotton. Planning on a leisurely commute though? There's really no need. It's highly unlikely you'll sweat or get hot enough to benefit from the cooling effects of the fabric. And so, as long as your clothes aren't loose enough to catch in your bike, you'll be more than ready to hit the cycle paths in a pair of jeans and t-shirt. If you don't believe us, just check out the cycling culture of the Netherlands, where cycling is done in all kinds of get-ups. Indeed, some even argue that wearing Lycra is detrimental to the accessibility of cycling, as it comes across as an elitist sport that requires expensive equipment, rather than the most accessible mode of transport ever created. So, if you don't want to wear Lycra, here are some Lycra alternatives. Here at Discerning Cyclists, we're excited to show viewers that the Lycra look is not a mandatory part of enjoying life on a bike. There are plenty of stylish brands dedicated to urban cycling, formulated to fuse the technical benefits of specialized gear with the look of everyday clothing. Rapha is a market leader in this regard, and it's hard to find a clued-up commuter who wouldn't recommend their slick, understated products. Popular manufacturers Endura also produce kits that wouldn't look out of place slung over the back of an office chair. We especially recommend their Humvee reversible jacket that can take you from work to weekend rides with ease. Otherwise, when it comes to Lycra alternatives, comfort is your only prerequisite. Wear a shirt or jacket too tight across the back and you might find yourself struggling to reach your handlebars in the midst of busy traffic. You should aim to wear clothes that will allow you to move and even sweat a little without restricting your position on your bike. It's also worth considering fabrics that won't crumple as you ride. There's nothing worse than turning up to your destination looking like your wardrobe needs a little ironing TLC. Perhaps most importantly though, wear what you feel confident and safe in. Cycling is, above all, fun, and your outfit should reflect that. Lycra, while a useful choice, is by no means the maker of a real or professional cyclist. Subscribe for more cycling content, and thank you for watching.